Welcome to Networking Your Way to Success, the podcast that helps students build professional connections and get ready for life after graduation. I'm your host, Emilie Sanquez, and this is the first episode of our three-part series on networking for students. In today's episode, we're starting with the basics: how to begin networking while you're still in school, who you should be connecting with, and what simple steps you can take to get started. Joining me is Colin Fader, a third-year ICM student, to share some practical advice on this topic. Colin, welcome.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I am really excited to be here and to share my experience to help students navigate their first steps of networking.
Why do you think networking is so important for students? Oh, wait, that's me. Let's begin with a question that often comes up. Networking can seem like something you only worry about after graduation, but you're here to tell us otherwise. Why is it important for students to start networking while they're still in school?
Yeah, that's true. I hear that a lot. So many students think of networking as something that you do once, you're actively job hunting out of your study, but it's really an ongoing process. Starting whilst you're still in school gives you the time to build relationships and learn about industries, about companies you're really interested in, without the pressure of needing to find a job right away. So by the time you graduate, you've actually been able to build these connections. You have a network of people that know who you are and what you do and can then help you find some opportunities.
So basically, it's about building a foundation whilst you still have time rather than just waiting until it's urgent, right?
Exactly. Plus, networking isn't just about job searching, it's also about learning from others in your field, staying informed about industry trends, and getting advice on how to grow professionally. It's a broader tool that people often seem to miss.
So let's talk about where to start. For students who are just getting into networking, such as maybe myself, it might feel overwhelming to figure out who they should begin connecting with. Who would you recommend as a good starting point?
Well, as a student, I think it's really important to start with people that are in your immediate environment. So professors, classmates, alumni. Professors often have industry experience, especially, if they work in a practical university. They have experience that can be extremely valuable, and contacts that are also extremely valuable. It's not uncommon for professors to recommend students for internships or connect them with former colleagues. So classmates are also important because they're your future colleagues. Those are the people that in 10, 15 years will be working in the industry and could open doors later on. And then on top of that, there are alumni. Many universities have dedicated alumni networks, and alumni often feel a sense of loyalty to their school. They are generally happy to help current students with advice or even career leads. And keep in mind, LinkedIn is great for this. Find alumni from your university and reach out with them and send them a personalized message, connect with them, make sure they know who you are.
Right, that sounds about right. So starting with the people around you does make it feel more approachable. It's not about cold calling random strangers, but about leveraging the community you're already a part of.
Exactly. It's about building up on what you already have. Starting small and familiar can help you ease your way into the process.
So let's say a student has identified some professors or alumni they'd like to connect with, but they're not sure how to go about it. What's a good way for students to approach these potential connections, in your opinion?
So I think there's two keywords here: simple and direct. With professors, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Stay after class and ask them a follow-up question about something that came up in the lecture, or drop by their office hours to discuss your career interests. Show genuine interest. I think that's quite important. That often then leads to further conversations. If they see that you're engaged and curious, they'll be more likely to help you. For alumni, especially if you're using LinkedIn, the key is personalization. When you reach out, mention that you're a current student at the same university or even the same project, the same program. They would love to hear about, what you're doing, what the university is like, but, you also want to know about their career paths. Keep it polite, keep it brief. Some of these people are quite busy. So don't directly ask for a job, but ask for advice. Most alumni are happy to share their experience, and if approached, are also happy to do that thoughtfully. I think a good baseline here is to really keep it about showing curiosity and respect for their time. So starting with a small, meaningful, rather asking for what's going on than straight to, can you give me a job? That won't work. But really showing interest and showing curiosity. Building relationships, taking time, and most people really appreciate that if students ask for advice or insights rather than something transactional right away.
University events like career fairs, guest lectures, or alumni panels are obvious networking opportunities, but a lot of students struggle to make the most of them. How do you think they should approach these situations?
So, for this, preparation is key. Before attending these events, research who will be there, whether it's company representatives or guest speakers. Understanding who you might be meeting helps you ask smarter questions. When you're at this event, engage in conversations, introduce yourself, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Afterwards, following up is crucial. Send a polite email or LinkedIn message thanking them for their time and mention something specific from your conversation to jog their memory. Also, don't underestimate the importance of networking with your peers at these events. You may meet someone, who shares your career interest and who knows something or someone you'd like to connect with.
Being prepared, engaging during the event, and following up afterwards sounds like a good formula.
It's simple, but effective. Often, it's not about the big moves, but it's about small, consistent actions, and that helps you build your network over time.
We've covered some great starting points today on how students can begin building their network, from engaging with professors and alumni to making the most of university events. Well, thank you, Colin, for your valuable insights.
Well, thanks for having me. I really hope I could share something that is insightful to the students and maybe help them gain some confidence about starting to get, into networking.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Networking Your Way to Success. If you're a student looking to grow your professional network, remember, start small, be genuine, and take those first steps. The next episode will be discussing how to broaden and straighten your network. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.